Hello everybody, my name is Evgeny Gorokov. I'm here presenting my case study, Rhode Island Nightclub Fire. Here we're going to talk about overview of the Rhode Island nightclub fire, relevant information, selection of the case, lesson learned from the nightclub fire, critique of the nightclub fire, conclusion and references. The nightclub fire happened on February 20, 2003 in Rhode Island. The fire started from the pyrotechnic devices that were ignited inside the club during the live performance. The fire was quickly kindled, the surrounding foam materials, and fire rapidly spread throughout the structure, trapping victims inside. 100 people lost their lives during that fire. The fire spread so fast that it only took 2 minutes, and the whole building was filled with toxic black smoke. According to official sources, the fire was observed burning through the roof less than 5 minutes after the initial start. Many people could not get out on time due to limited egress. I conducted my research by reviewing case studies in disaster response and emergency management book, the National Institute of Standards and Technology NIST report, and few news articles. I selected this case study due to its significance and importance. The purpose of this significance is the large number of people who lost their lives. According to some sources, it is the fourth deadliest nightclub fire in the history of the United States. The reference of importance is how preventable the disaster could have been, which will be discussed in the next section. Lack of building codes is a common element of discussion in this disaster. The nightclub building had a long history of remodeling, occupancy changes, and repairs from previous fire. During the history of the building modifications and alterations, the building codes did not require specific regulation that address life safety hazards today. For example, the automatic fire sprinkler system was not required, no restrictions on the use of highly flammable foam for interior finishing, and the use of pyrotechnic devices inside the structure. After the deadly fire, the lead investigators made multiple suggestions for enhancing building codes for existing commercial structures to improve life safety. Lack of enforcement is probably the most critical element that contributed to many deaths in this disaster. The nightclub fire demonstrated a lack of building code enforcement during the remodeling and repairing history of the structure. The initial permit records are not detailed enough to confirm if the structure was renovated and repaired in compliance with building regulations. An earlier fire had caused some damage to the structural components of the roof. However, during the official review, the building permits had no documentation of any repairs made to the roof. The lack of sprinkler system was also an essential component for significant loss of life. During the fire event, the occupants had a small window of time to escape. The official investigation concluded that within 2 minutes from the start of the fire, the toxic black smoke was banking down within a few feet away from the floor. The main entrance had a single door to facilitate bidirectional traffic into the building, which further complicated the quick getaway and caused a crowd jam in the main entrance. The flow of emergency evacuation stopped, while a rapid increase in temperatures and combustion gases made conditions harmful and unsurvivable. This drawing represents the number of victims that were found inside the club. The investigation of the nightclub fire faced several critiques and challenges. Timing and pace of the investigation. Some critics argued that the investigation took too long to complete. Transparency. There were concerns about the transparency of the investigative process. Critics called for more openness and accessibility to the findings and progress of the investigation to build public trust. Legal accountability. While individuals and entities involved in the operation of the nightclub and pyrotechnic display were held legally accountable, some critics believed that more severe penalties should have been imposed to send a stronger deterrent message regarding safety violations. Coordination and communication. The critique highlighted the importance of effective coordination and communication among emergency responders during crisis. The response to the fire, while courageous, faced challenges due to lack of coordination and standardized protocols. Public awareness and education. Critics pointed out that there was a need for greater public awareness and education about fire safety, especially in crowded public venues. People inside may not have been adequately informed about evacuation procedures or the risk associated with pyrotechnic displays. Building code compliance. The nightclub was found to have violated several fire safety codes. Critics argued that more robust enforcement of building codes and inspections could have prevented the use of flammable materials and other unsafe conditions within the club. Criminal responsibility. Some critics questioned whether criminal charges should have been brought against more individuals involved in the incident, including the owners and the operators of the club. In conclusion, researching the case study of the nightclub fire is essential for understanding the causes, learning from past mistakes, preventing future tragedies, improving safety regulation and practices, and promoting a culture of fire safety. It is a critical step in ensuring the safety and well-being of individuals and communities.